Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those of you who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law. Through this channel I'll be providing some stock analysis and a quick update on the $1 Million Challenge. So if anybody is not aware of this is a journey of an investment of $1,000 to a return of $1 million over a period of 3 years using a strategy called compound return investing. So the objective is try to get 201 trades, each with an average return of 3.5%. It's not 201 consecutive trades. We do take into account losses. So for further details about how to join us for less than $9 a month, information is available in the description below. In today's video, we're going to be looking at MMTLP, and after the MMTLP fiasco, it seems to be that GTS Securities are looking to enter the crypto market, so a huge warning there for the crypto market. We're also going to be looking at a question of Robinhood potentially placing a value on your MMTLP shares, so we'll be looking for viewer help on that. And also we're going to be looking at some cannabis stocks which have had an excellent week, especially ticker symbol TLRY and also ticker symbol CGC, amongst a number of others. And we're also going to be doing a quick review of the previous week's weekly watch list, so stay tuned for that. So let's start by having a look at what's happening in the market. So we can see here the US wraps up the best week of 2024, and Dow Jones closed down on the Friday 305 points lower. So in terms of precious metals, gold was down 1%, but remember that gold is also very, very close to an all-time high. And in terms of Europe, it closed mixed on the trading day of the last week. So let's now have a look at other big news in terms of the spending bill. So we can see here, shout out to the Cannabis letter who posted the US government has just passed a $1.2 trillion spending bill as the deficit continues to rocket. So if we have a look at debt is obviously spiraling out of control, and it hasn't been 3 months into 2024, and we're looking at debt approximately in the US $600 billion. So certainly quite worrying there. And going back to stocks, if we have a look at 6 prominent names in the stock market that have reached record highs, these include Micron, Nvidia, Marathon, Royal Caribbean, which we have been looking at, in particularly at Micron. And finally, I'm going to share with you one of the stocks that I think is quite significantly undervalued, and that is ticker symbol PYPL, also known as PayPal. So we have a look at the chart here for revenue versus the stock price for PayPal. If we look at net income if it was declining, obviously it would be understandable in terms of the chart. However, what we can see right now, PayPal seems to be trading around about the 2017 levels. Net income has gone up 136.1% since then, from $1.8 billion to $4.25 billion. So I think for a medium to long term hold, PYPL certainly seems quite interesting. I'm going to start by continuing with the theme of the SEC. In the previous video, we looked at the false allegations by the SEC against the Atlas Trading Group. These false allegations were for fraud, and the judge threw these out, and the court said there was no evidence of fraud. So what we're now going to have a look at is obviously a FOIA request. So shout out here to Daniel, who's posted the FOIA department at the SEC claims there were 0 whistleblower complaints on the MMTLP halt. So let's have a look at the actual letter. Before we look at the letter, we can see obviously Jennifer has stated she's done one in terms of a FOIA request, but in there, highlighted in green, what they've stated is the total number of whistleblower tips and complaints filed for obviously the U3 halt. And they are saying, highlighted in yellows, they did not locate or identify any information. So I'm not sure how hard they've looked, because what Danielle has gone on to say is the SEC is now claiming no whistleblower complaints. We know Jennifer's made one, we know Danielle's made one, and I'm sure many of you have also made these as well. So she has said I filed one myself, so she knows it to be inaccurate. So it looks like for some reason the SEC certainly seems to be hiding something. I'm not sure why. Let's now have a look at the potential news of GTS Securities moving into the crypto market. So shout out here to F1 Firna, who's posted Virtue Financial and GTS Securities notorious for the aggressive strategies in traditional markets, and now entering the crypto space via the Python network. So certainly very concerning for the crypto market. And what he's also gone on to say here is the past paints a grim picture of what's potentially on the horizon for DeFi and real world asset tokenization. So I think the crypto market needs to be aware of this. It goes on to say, with deep roots in high frequency trading, Virtue and GTS could leverage the Python network to manipulate market data in real time, and this could skew the valuation of assets in DeFi. So certainly very worrying. And in the following tweet regarding MMTLP, he's gone on to say the MMTLP community has witnessed firsthand the consequences of unchecked power in financial markets, and we also know the potential implications of GTS in terms of what they did in the MMTLP fiasco as well. And he's gone on to say the potential for similar schemes in the realm of RWA tokenization, where these firms could exploit their speed and data advantage, is a looming threat. So obviously GTS and Virtue going into crypto, especially around real world assets, is not just a shift, it's a warning. So everybody out in there in the crypto market, be aware. So before we look at the question of a potential value of MMTLP shares from Robinhood, I'm going to give a shout out here to Busy Brands, who's posted with regard to all the Congress moves in Washington, DC that Don and his team have been doing. So he states here, please join the weekly update tomorrow, Sunday, March 24th, 6 p.m. Eastern time. So go ahead and put that in your diary. So let's move on to the question now. So Hidden SEM 6235 has posted a great video. One of his buddies at using Robinhood has received an email stating that his MMTLP shares will be 0.15 cents per share. Have you heard any feedback from any of the fellow followers? So as far as I'm concerned, I don't think this is true. And if anybody has also got a similar email from Robinhood, go ahead and check that out, and obviously try and add something in the comments. What Shader7218 has stated, potentially could be confusion with Meta Materials. They were sued and settled, and if you own Torchlight or Meta before the merger, you will get 0.015 per share. So again, I'm not sure about that figure as well, but certainly if you are with Robinhood, let's have some feedback. And finally, I'm going to finish off by having a look at some of the cannabis stocks that we've been featured recently in the Discord, and also been covered in some of the recent videos. So there was some news shared in the previous video, so go ahead and check that previous video out. So the news was also shared live in our Discord, but I'm just going to have a quick reminder in terms of this news shared on 22nd of March 2024 from PR Newswire, and that was Cannabis Growth celebrates passage of cannabis legalization in Germany. So we looked at the potential benefit for CGC there, but there is also potential implication for ticker symbol TLRY, also known as TLRY, and this is the implications for the Germany market. So considering TLRY 25% share in the German medical and therapeutics cannabis market, the expected growth in this market should increase its distribution segment in terms of revenue exponentially, and which currently already accounts for 41% of the company's total as of the year end 2023. So good news there for both of those stocks. So shout out here to the Eight Fathers Manchild, who's posted with regard to TLRY, and in terms of a reminder, he's added in some of the key catalysts for TLRY. These include a $40 price target from the analyst, insider confidence, revenue increase, acquisition and growth. We've just seen obviously the legalization in Germany. We are expecting potential news in the United States, possibly Canada as well. So great news there overall. So one of the stocks that we looked at in the Discord very carefully was CGC, so Cannabis Growth Corporation. This was our best call in our Discord, and over the week that was up over 116%, closing at around about $7.14. So congratulations to everybody who got in CGC. And finally, I would like to finish off by having a quick review of our weekly watch list, and you will see here some of the calls included CGC, that was up 133%. We also called out other cannabis stocks such as shares. ACB, that was up 46%, TLRY up 27%, and other stocks that we called out included AKBA, 24% up, MU Micron, we called that based on earnings, up 14% on the week. TLO was up 5% after Monday's dip. GEO was up 12.6% on the week. SBLK, there was significant news from one of the Congress investors on that one. That was up 2.8% on the week. Jern up 4.4% on the week. So we had a good week in some of our calls. BNI, that was up 27% Monday. Good chance there to take profits, because then there was a sell-off and it was down 44% on the week. So not all calls are always successful. So if you would like to get the next weekly watch list, which is going to be shared prior to trading on the Monday, details are in the description below. Thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.